welcome back to the Fallout New Vegas perfect playthrough. Just a few things we did off screen was get some ammo for our hunting rifle and repair up a sawed-off shotgun, a regular sawed-off shotgun, as opposed to the big boomer. I mentioned previously the big boomer is not a holdout weapon, so we have to use the sawed-off shotgun. That will be our go-to holdout weapon in this series, though we might carry a couple others around with us. And also there's a Gunrunner's Arsenal challenge that involves killing fiends with a sawed-off shotgun. And I guess we could have brought a big boomer along, but me personally, I just figured we'd leave it in there. Who are you? Just a random prospector, huh? I bet you have some valuable stuff. Hold on a second. What? Where did he go? What the fuck? I don't even see him on the map anymore. Wow, that guy deserves to live. Wow. That's crazy. We're gonna head on up to Camp McCarren, the old-fashioned way. There are tons of traveling merchants who like to make the trip here, so we're gonna try and get ahead of them. There definitely wasn't a secret lost episode, lost stream, where I went the other way and a Legion assassin party. Oh yes, pulse slugs, we are doing well. And some clubs. Oh yes. We're not quite wealthy enough yet to get all the anti-materiel rifle stuff, but we'll get there. We'll get there, don't you worry. Oh, only dragon's breath. No dragon. Oh, another clubs. Yeah, we're gonna have a great match of caravan next time. Tobacco chew for one is a great deal, by the way. We're gonna have a great game of caravan when that comes up. Alright, now let's stay on the lookout for those Legion assassins, because we kind of want to keep all the traveling merchants around. We've been doing a good job of it, and I've noticed a lot of them around Novak, and that's always good. Because, there they are. They're up ahead. You gotta remember to kill one of them with lucky. Yeah, the riot shotgun makes this a lot easier. There it is. That's a 500 XP challenge, by the way. What's our HP at? You know what? We'll hit a little Med-X. I don't even think we need it. Look at that. I mean, look at how good this fucking gun is. And with and stay back, like, that was insane, right? Fucking hunting shotgun. This guy's coming in here with a hunting shotgun. And now we'll level up to 17. Unfortunately, I have to do this early on in the video, but I'm gonna have to look at my helpful little chart here. Lockpick is at 9, so that will be 74. Okay. Lockpick is done. Science up to 63. Oh, perfect. Okay, I think we have hit the minimum required skill. We also would have to go and get some skill books to hit every important check or requirement in the game. And like, I'm not even joking. I went through all the skills, looked at all the skill checks, and said, here are the numbers that I need to hit. And I've been following that. And as you see, we did it at level 17. So there are plenty of skill points available. You don't need to level up to 50. Take Logan's Loophole because you get all the skill points you need. Now, the numbers I've hit let us hit those skill checks with all the best gear and with a bunch of chems. And so we're probably going to level up those skills a bit further. Yeah, we got some Legion stuff to sell you. Yeah, we're getting back into wealthy territory. So we're still going to be leveling up some skills and hitting caps, not really caps, hitting personal caps, where you won't need any chems. So we'll do it with just gear. Like for example, the Naughty Nightwear gives speech plus 10. So our goal for speech is 90 with no chems. So we're gonna keep leveling stuff up, but yeah, we're doing real well on skills.
Hello.
Now here is the Grub and Gulp rest stop, the last stop before Vegas, supposedly.
Welcome to the Grub and Gulp.
What is this place?
Just a little rest stop that me and my good friend Lupe set up. Last stop on your way into New Vegas, first stop on your way out. That's what I say.
May I ask you some questions?
Sure, fire away.
Is there any place to buy weapons and armor?
I think there are a few places, but I've heard that the gun runners sell the best.
Where can I find a doctor around here?
Dr. Usanagi runs a medical clinic up the road.
Let's talk about something else. So then he just
Anything
has
else I
like
can do for
steak
you?
for sale. And she just has water, but we'll talk to her as well.
You need water? I got water. Clean and fresh. Straight from Lake Mead. If you're low on caps, I've also got slightly irradiated wasteland water. A little fallout never killed anybody.
Where do you get your water? Even though she just said.
The NCR fixed up the pipe network pretty good, and water merchants like me are allowed to have some of it to sell. If we have a water license, of course. Still, it beats the inconvenience of having to trek all the way to the lake to resupply.
Are there many water merchants around here?
There's a few independent ones like me, but it's mostly the big trading outfits that deal in water, like the Crimson Caravan Company.
I have some general questions for you.
Shoot.
Anything I should know about New Vegas?
They won't just let anybody into the strip, but you should be able to have a good time in Freeside itself. Just, keep a close eye on your caps.
That's a reference to the cut feature of pickpockets in Freeside. Tell me about the fiends.
They're a bunch of crazies hopped up on all kind of drugs. Apparently they're using one of the old vaults as a hideout. The army should really get in there and wipe them all out, but I guess they've got more than enough trouble to deal with right now.
What do you know about the NCR?
Their main base is right over there by the old airport. It's called Camp McCarren now. Some people like to paint them all as a bunch of bullies. Me? I'm glad they're around. They do what they can to keep things safe and orderly.
And that's all for now. She just has water and dirty water. We're gonna kill so many Legion, and the Legion always spawn with purified water. Also, star bottle cap here. Also, very brief detour. Very brief. There you see the tick mark. There's a little follower safe house related to Veronica's quest line, and we're just gonna grab the location. At some point, I might just take the Explorer perk and then write down the locations and then reload a save before the Explorer perk is available. But I actually have a pretty good knowledge of the Mojave Wasteland locations, so we should be good on discovering them all. But yes, we're doing great on skills, is what I mentioned earlier. really enjoying the riot shotgun. Though, we're going to use the sawed-off a bit ahead if we encounter some fiends for that Gunrunner's Arsenal challenge. Now, about the Gunrunner's Arsenal challenges, I said we're going to do challenges, all of them, that would fit the playthrough. And my intent with saying this was to say that we're not going to do the challenge to kill named NCR, because it's the NCR playthrough. So we're not going to do it. But I was just wondering where everyone would land with regards to challenges involving melee weapons and explosives. Like, I was looking at the Crackerjack timing challenge, which involves... Oh, these fiends have already respawned. Oh, shit. Don't kill him, Boone. Fiends are pretty weak. We don't need to even use the riot shotgun on them. I guess we're not taking that plasma rifle. And we're also not fiending for Psycho as much anymore. As you can see, we're going to be switching back to the riot shotgun pretty soon. We only need to kill 8 more. Oh, I thought that was a fiend. I think these are some ants. Little ant mound. We're not going to... Oh, there is one fiend in there. Okay. I just gotta grab those empty syringes, though. Nothing healthier for our stim packs than a nice used syringe from a drug addict. But anyway, there's, like, for example, Crackerjack timing involves killing Cazadors with long fused dynamite. And that doesn't really fit the build. And there's one that involves, like, beating robots to death with spiked knuckles. We definitely will do the Deathclaw Hunter one. That involves a .22 pistol. But, so I was just wondering, you know, what my great viewers thought about it. I was personally going to skip them. Or maybe just do them in the end as like a cleanup on like very easy difficulty. But if people really want to see them, maybe I will. I don't know. Most of the comments are from my CIA handler going, Brandon, the Russians, they're putting codes in the newspaper and we need you to track them. Always, always. Did I get him? I think Eddie got him. We're kind of getting toasted a bit here. Oh! There's some spiked knuckles we could use to beat up those robots. But yeah, I read all the comments, the ones from my CIA handler. I read the comments telling me which of my neighbors are spying on me and that I should be looking out for. I read the comments talking about the bugs underneath my skin that I gotta get out. They're all of them are appreciated. But yeah, the Gunrunner's Arsenal's challenges aren't too bad. Most of them are just remembering what to kill with what. But here's Camp McCarren. The first time we were here did not count. I did not count it emotionally. And we're going to talk to Major Daughtry first.
If it's bad news, you can take it up with the Colonel. If it's good news, it better involve some dead fiends.
What do you know about the fiends?
Pack of drugged-out killers. They're addicted to every stim, every pill, every psychoactive enema on this fucked-up Earth. I've got 3 fiends I want dead, and I don't give a goddamn how it gets done. That sound like something that interests you?
Yes, it does.
Good. That's damn good. I figure it's about time we got lucky out here, so maybe you can snuff one of these maniacs. First one calls herself Violet. God knows why. The name is the prettiest thing about her. Spends most of her time with a pack of vicious dogs. Then there's Driver Nephi. He's fast and he's brutal. Killed about a dozen of my men with a goddamn driver iron. Hence his name. And finally,
Driver iron.
Cook. Rapist, pyromaniac, and damn good chef if you believe the fiends we've captured. Probably the craziest of the lot. I'm not gonna feed you any bullshit. These aren't your common Vegas trash. They've all killed good NCR men, and plenty of mercs too. You go after them, any of them, you're in for a hell of a fight. So, which one is it gonna be?
I think just now we'll do all the dialogue, so we'll tell him and then reject the offer and ask for a different one, but yeah. Violet.
Violet it is. Wish I could give you more advice on how to bring her down, but we know less about her than the other 2. Just watch out for the dogs. She raises them herself. Might as well be their mother, and never leave her side.
I can handle the dogs. Where do I need to go?
Good question. Fiend territory is southeast of here, but they range all over the area. None of
That's
them
not
stays
true.
in
They're
any
all in
one
the same
place for
place.
long.
Anything else I need to know?
One more thing. If you want the full reward, you need to bring me a recognizable head. My superiors need proof they're gone. That means no headshots, no decapitations till after they're dead, and no damage to the face. If you want to be safe, aim for the chest. You bring me a head that looks like a rotten tomato, people will be doubting, and I won't be authorized to pay the entire bounty. Good luck to you, and don't get careless.
Yeah, so we might have to save before taking down the fiends, because I want all the stuff. Oh, I've changed my mind. I want to choose a different bounty.
Makes no difference to me. I'd be happy to see any one of them dead. Who will it be?
Cook. We're specifically doing Driver Nephi last, because I want his bounty as the active one.
One thing I should tell you about Cook. Piece of shit is pure animal. He raped one of my snipers, and that makes this personal. Also, he's got a flamethrower, and he's damn good with it. From what I hear, he either rapes or burns every living thing he gets his hands on. Only one man's gotten close to killing him, and that's Little Buster. So he says, anyway. Maybe it's bullshit, but I'd still ask him about it.
Who's Little Buster?
Bounty hunter. Talks big. But he's still alive, so he can't be completely full of shit. I think he's out in the yard, waiting to claim a couple bounties.
Anything else I should know?
You've gone after the fiends before. I don't have to tell you to keep alert. Good luck.
I changed my mind again, actually.
Makes no difference.
Tell me about Driver Nephi.
You've got some guts, I'll give you that. Nephi is one tough son of a bitch. You let him get close, and he'll take your head off. My advice is this. Talk to Lieutenant Gorobets. He's in charge of Alpha Team, 1st Recon, snipers. If you're lucky, you can lure Nephi into the open and the sharpshooters can bring him down. You bring me the head, you'll still get the bounty. It's a better bet than trying to take Nephi one-on-one, but it's your call.
Where is Lieutenant Gorobets?
Out in the yard. Gorobets coordinates our sniper teams. He's been gunning for Nephi for weeks now. Only thing he hasn't had is willing bait. Don't have enough troops to order anyone beyond the fence. Not anymore, anyway.
Got it.
You've gone after the...
And even though we've had a detailed conversation about it, you're having trouble with the fiends?
Damn right I am. And I'm paying bounties.
Right. Thanks, Major Daughtry. Those bounties pay a good amount of caps. But first on the list... Hey, this guy just ran out. Yeah. Let's talk to Little Buster.
Let me guess. You got work for me, right? Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that Daughtry owes me, I'm out of this scrapyard.
Are you supposed to be famous or something?
Well, shit. Feel free to stick a knife in the old ego. Thought I made a name for myself around here. Guess that's as good a reason as any to quit this stinking trade. No glory. No easy money, no women, and no glory. Shit. I'd settle just for the women.
Why does Daughtry owe you caps?
Because I killed a couple of marks for him, that's why. You ever hear of Jackson? Or Night Terror?
I take it they were fiends?
Damn right they were. They were good too. Till I popped a couple shells in their assholes. Bam. Dead. Finished. Over. See, somebody gives me a job, I do it. Maybe I complain a little here and there, but my shit gets done.
How long have you been a bounty hunter?
Oh shit, I don't know. Gotta be at least a month. Longer than I last at most jobs.
You've worked a lot of different trades?
Oh yeah, a lot. Like before I was a bounty hunter, I worked as a caravan guard. You'd think that was a cakewalk, right? Wrong. Crazy bastards expected me to wake up at dawn. Forget it. It's about 2 hours after this guy hits the sack. And I need at least 10,
Relatable.
12 hours of sleep to do my job. Price of excellence.
I'm something of a bounty hunter myself.
Well, hey, the field's wide open now that I'm gone. Probably lots of people looking to get in once they hear I quit.
What are you gonna do now?
Simple. Gonna make myself some easy money. I got a plan. Once I get my caps from Daughtry, I'm going to head on over to Gomorrah and win big at cards. There's not as many people playing at Gomorrah, so that means I've got better odds of winning big. I got this figured out.
Yeah, I don't think Old Buster has this figured out. Why'd you quit the trade?
See, I thought the bounty hunting trade would be easy money, but it turns out it's hard work, so screw it. Also, I ran into this Mark who was a little too tough for me. I mean, I could have taken him. But with this guy, might have cost me some bad burns or an ass rape. I'm all for risking my life, but I'm a little sensitive about my asshole.
New Vegas is just chock full of just hilarious dialogue. Speaking of which, Major Daughtry said I should ask you about Cook Cook.
The rapist with the flamethrower? Yeah, that's a combination I stay the fuck away from. I was stalking him for a while. Real good at that. Watching people from where they can't see me, you know? Only one thing I learned about that asshole. Keeps a bunch of Brahmins. Most of them he roasts whenever he feels like it. But there's one. Must be his pet or some shit. Doesn't let anybody near that Brahmin. Somebody puts a bullet in her, I bet that'd piss him off good. Might make him careless, too.
That's some good intel. And we gotta play our hand of Caravan with Little Buster now, because he disappears into Freeside after we complete Cook Cook's bounty.
Alright, let's see what you got.
He's not exactly a huge caravan mark. Let's see, I think we got a bunch of clubs earlier, perhaps even this episode. So, yeah, look at that. Drop another 4 in there. Got 5 in there. Oh, another 5 of clubs in there. 6 of clubs. Yeah, we're straight. Having a great caravan back right now. Couple 7 of clubs in there. I try to limit it to 5 of one number. 8 of clubs. Yeah, that was a great. Whoever sold us that was good for us. A couple 9 of clubs. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yep, now we're looking good. Good. That caravan deck is very legit. Now for everyone's favorite part of the perfect playthrough, playing very low stakes games of Caravan. I read all the comments and they're like, we need more and more Caravan. You're spending too much time doing quests. You're spending too much time hearing interesting dialogue. What happened to the caravan? Those are all the comments I hear. Ugh. Little Buster, you fucking asshole. Yeah, that's fine for now. And they're like, we don't like it when the caravan games are quick. Everyone's like, oh, you gotta have a really long, drawn-out game of caravan where the opponent just keeps on fucking with your cards. That's what everyone says. Alright, this one we can actually get a nice little jack off in there. Very satisfying jack off. Oh, what a jack. Oh, come on. You dick. I think we gotta discard the track. Why does little Buster's fucking caravan deck, why is that so good? Whatever. We shall overcome. Yeah, that's right. Not so nice, is it? There you go. I actually didn't expect to win on that one. Even I don't have a complete understanding of caravan. Now we're going to talk to everyone in First Recon. They don't really comment about Boone, but we'll see it.
Hello?
So let's talk to Sergeant Bitter Root.
I'm Bitter Root, First Recon. You got a reason to talk to me?
Not too friendly, are ya?
Guess not. I don't mean nothing by it. You really want to talk to somebody, try 10 of spades. He's always got plenty to say. Me? I'm here to do my job. For now, that job is shooting fiends.
This is the other guy you can get to mention Bitter Springs if you don't want to talk to Manny Vargas. Bitterroot, you have an unusual name.
You trying to start trouble? Or do you really not know where I got that name?
I didn't mean to offend. You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not.
It's a con name. You know, the great cons. That's what my parents were. I figured I grew up around the bastards. They owed me a name after all they put me through.
What happened to your parents?
They're dead. Got themselves killed at Bitter Springs. Served them right, if you ask me.
Ooh, tell me about happened to them at Bitter Springs. Fucking New Vegas, man. Oh, I guess I'll say losing your parents must have been hard for you. I'm sorry. I guess that'd be a nicer thing to say.
You're sorry? Well, that makes one of us. Bitter Springs was the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that ever happened to my parents, too. They were as bad as the rest. Worse, maybe.
You don't really mean that, do ya?
Don't I? Mister, you never met my parents. My dad got himself fucked up every chance he got. Always started with folk for no reason. Hell, he was the one who taught me to shoot. You know how? By taking pot shots at NCR, and not just soldiers. Civilians, too. Even kids. Then he'd get high with his buddies and swap tales about the folk they killed. Bunch of animals. And my mom? A couple of times she tried to sell me to some waster just to score some jet. Even the other cons said she was useless. Only reason they kept her around was because she was a... how'd my dad say it? A smoking piece of ass.
For a guy who said he didn't really want to talk about personal details, he's saying a lot of personal details. So your name, it comes from Bitter Springs.
You're not fully grown till you've taken a beat down. Everybody gathers around and hits you till you're damn near dead. After that, if you haven't begged for mercy, you get to choose a new name. One you'll use for the rest of your life. When NCR slaughtered the cons of Bitter Springs, I hadn't got my beat down yet. I was still too young. The way I see it, Bitter Springs was my beatdown. So afterward, I gave myself a name. It's all I got from the cons. It's all I ever want.
How did you survive the massacre?
Guess I could tell a pretty good story if I had a mind. But the truth is, I don't know. Just got lucky. They brought me to Daughtry after the battle. He was just a captain back then. Guess he saw something in me. Knew I didn't belong with the cons. Maybe he felt bad, too. About how his men killed my folks. I told him he did me a service, but he didn't believe me. Still doesn't. He's a good man, Daughtry. Doesn't act like it sometimes, I know. But he didn't have to take me in.
How long have you been with 1st Recon?
While, I guess. I don't keep too careful track of time. I like to keep things simple. Just focus on now. That's why they made me a sniper. You let your mind wander back a ways and you lose sight of what's in front of your eyes. Good way to miss a mark.
Your father is your commanding officer? Is that allowed?
Yeah, look. He's not my real father. He just looked after me for a while. It's a long story, and I'd get tired of talking before it was through.
Well, let's ask him again.
It's like I told you, Daughtry's not my real father. He just looked after me for a while.
There you go.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
And, you know, we're actually going to talk to Corporal Sterling much later.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Let's talk to Corporal Betsy.
Never seen you around before. What do you want?
How about a date? I like tough women.
Yeah, right. You're sniffing up the wrong skirt. Try me again when you're tall, blonde, and female.
Have you seen any serious combat here?
Not unless you count the fiends as serious. Gorobets keeps us inside the fence most of the time. Doesn't matter to me. I just shoot bad guys. Sooner or later, they'll move us out to the dam, though. That's when the shit gets nasty.
Nasty how?
Legion fights to win, and they're smart. Hell of a lot smarter than these crazy fiends. But I don't feel bad about shooting Legion boys. Fiends, on the other hand, sometimes I get pangs of conscience. Not often, but sometimes.
First I've heard about conscience in a while.
Some cute little junkie bitch, so fucked up she doesn't even know that she's the bad guy. And I've got a headshot her. Makes me think. Might just be sex, though. I see some cute little number and I'd rather get in her pants. So maybe I'm a stone-cold bitch after all.
You're a sniper?
What gave me away? The big gun, the shades, or the attitude?
I didn't know that all snipers wear shades.
They don't. Only the good ones do. My partner's got some potential, so I let him wear those goofy glasses. I tell him they're his training shades. He totally buys it. Truth is, his eyes just suck.
Who's your partner?
The little guy. 10 of spades. I like him because he listens. Doesn't shut up the rest of the time, but when I talk, he listens. Also, he doesn't pull any stupid come-ons, like practically every other horn dog alpha male on this base. Might be he's just scared of me, though.
So snipers work in pairs?
Yeah. We spot for each other, watch each other's backs. Usually works pretty well, unless you get paired up with an asshole. Thing is, there's a lot of assholes in the army. I keep hoping they'll pair me up with some hot blonde like you see on those old pinups. Shit, I don't even care if she can shoot straight. Can't have everything.
Alright, see you later, Betsy.
Yeah. Try not to get killed.
That's better. Let's look around. Here's 10 of spades.
Hey, my man. 10 of spades. 1st Recon sharpshooter. At your service.
Are you alright?
Oh, yeah. Fine. Just a little stutter. Had it since I was a kid. Doesn't stop me from kicking ass.
We're gonna be nice. I'm sure it doesn't.
Damn right.
10 of spades, where did you get that name?
The LT. Gorobets gave it to me. See, I wanted to be ace of spades. But the LT says, sorry kid, you're too green. So he calls me 10 instead. It's okay though. I get a few more kills under my belt. He'll move me up to Jack. Jack of spades. Sounds better, right? I keep at it. Eventually, I'll make it to ace. Think I'll skip queen, though.
How long have you been a sharpshooter?
Shit. Long as I can remember. Had a rifle in my hand since I was 3. That's what my dad always says. Learned to shoot on our ranch, way west of here. Same as the LT. He's a farm kid, too.
When did you enlist in the military?
Oh, they recruited me, what, a year ago? Taught me to kick even more ass than before. These guys, they really know how to kick some ass.
And what do you do around here?
Kicking ass. Mostly kicking ass. See, we're watching the perimeter right now, looking for those fiends to come back. When they show their faces, that's when we go to work. One shot, one kill. That's the first recon way. Yeah, I'll see you around.
See you later, Ten of Spades. Where is Gorobets? Oh, there he is.
I'm Lieutenant Gorobets, 1st Recon. If you're looking to collect a bounty, you should talk to Major Daughtry.
Tell me about 1st Recon.
We're the finest sniper outfit in the whole NCR. If you need a bullet put into a target's eye from 800 yards away, you call us. Some of my team aren't without their share of scars, though, like Betsy and Sterling.
What's wrong with Betsy?
Cook, one of the fiends, ambushed her and 10 of Spades. They both managed to escape, but not before Cook raped her. Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing, but her behavior keeps getting worse. Always making passes at every woman who wanders by. It's inappropriate for anyone at 1st Recon to behave that way. I could discipline her, but I'd rather she get medical help.
I can talk to Betsy about getting medical help for her trauma, if you want.
I'd appreciate it. As her CO, I could order her to get help, but I'd have her agree with the idea.
And what happened to Sterling?
Corporal Sterling was an NCR ranger until he was captured by the Legion. They tortured him pretty badly. He wasn't able to be a ranger after that, but his eyes are still sharp, so I had him transferred to 1st Recon.
Can you tell me more about 1st Recon?
We're the finest sniper outfit in the...
Oh, I guess then he says that again. Does the NCR usually offer bounties on people?
If they've proven hard to kill, yes. Whatever it takes to get the job done, even if it means hiring help from outside the military.
Major Daughtry said I should talk to you about taking down Driver Nephi.
Whatever you need, we'll make sure it gets done.
What can you tell me about Driver Nephi?
Not enough. We've been trying to put a bullet in him for a few weeks. He's strong as a Brahmin bull, and he's fast. Seems like he usually runs with a gang of fiends, uses them for cover. We haven't been able to get a clean shot at him. Betsy swears she's hit him, twice. But if she's right, it didn't seem to slow him down.
And how good is your squad?
I've been sniping since I was old enough to walk. A lot of us sharpshooters get recruited off the farms and ranches out west. Comes natural to us. As for my squad, they're the best we have. My word on that. They're all hand-picked, and I won't work with anybody who isn't up to snuff. 10 of Spades is the greenest of the bunch, but he's a farm boy, like me. Shooting's in his blood.
Well, I'm gonna need your help.
You've got it. What did you have in mind? You thinking of luring him into range of my snipers?
Do you think it'll work?
Can we hit him? Damn straight we can. Question is whether he kills you before we get a clear shot. It's one hell of a risk you'd be taking, but if you're willing, we'll do everything we can to keep you alive.
All right, I'll do it.
Listen, my team has a debt to settle with Nephi. We've seen too many of our boys get brained by that golf club of his. You lure him out for us, and if we can score some payback, we'll all pitch in caps for a reward. My team will take up positions around the old rock-crushing plant. They'll wait until they see Nephi, and then they'll start shooting. At that point, just keep your head down and stay out of range of his golf club. We'll take care of the rest. Get your rifles and move out.
Quickly before they leave.
Got a fiend to kill.
Cut the chatter.
Oh,
Focus
I guess
on
we
the
can't
job
talk to
you're
Corporal
gonna
Betsy
hit.
about it. Oh well. We'll be doing that in a little bit. We're actually going to be coming back to McCarren with Veronica to grab some dialogue with her, so we're going to specifically be avoiding getting the Vault 22 quest for now, as that dialogue only triggers on your first meeting of Hildern, but we're going to be doing pretty much everything else in Camp McCarren with Boone right now. And let's first meet Colonel James Shue.
We're all impressed with the work you've done for us. Thought you might be able to make use of this. It's a key to a little hideaway south of here. We've used it as a place for rangers to rest and resupply. I thought you might get good use out of it.
I'm here to provide support. Is there anything I might be able to help with?
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly,
remember that.
We're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
I bet I could make the Legion prisoner talk.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
Any other problems?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
You seem calm, given that things are as bad as they are.
Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands.
Who are the fiends?
As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them, and they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
I'll go to Vault 3 and see if I can find your ranger.
That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here.
How are things going for the NCR around here?
Could be better, I'll say that much. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. It's a lot of resources that could do a lot of good for us. But that hasn't happened. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers, and we're stuck protecting them from the Legion. Not exactly the plan.
Where does that leave you?
Now we're trying to secure the strip and the dam at the same time, and it's costing us. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers, because he doesn't want to risk losing our positions. So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river, planning.
I could look into who's leaking NCR intelligence.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
What's Camp McCarren's role in NCR operations?
It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here, we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution, intel. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here.
Yeah, the haters, for the General Oliver haters, he's on the front lines. Are things mostly quiet between here and the dam?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially concerning lately. Sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it, and see how it is that things could be so fouled up there.
What challenges does the NCR face here?
Everything was going according to President Kimball's plan at first. We met minor resistance from local troublemakers. But our two main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the Strip, and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.
I'll get working on that, and it seems like the first thing we should do is talk to Curtis, who's leading the investigation into the mole. Honestly, it's almost a cliche at this point to have the mole look into the mole. But it's a good plot thing, you know? There was that Call of Duty mission where you were the mole, the Russian mole. In Black Ops Cold War, I loved that one.
What is it? Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
What do you do here?
Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo and most of our forces here garrisoned, I'm free to do other things. So I work with Colonel Shu on logistics, patrols, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how that information is getting leaked to raiders. It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit.
Colonel Shu wanted me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Or lastly, went cold weeks ago.
Where should I start?
You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
I'm not going to ask him to repeat himself. Alright, well it seems like everyone's pointing us to Boyd. So that's where we'll head. Gotta make sure we have that hunting rifle equipped.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
Walter Hornsby exists solely to die if you decide to side with Silos. I like to save here, just in case something gets messed up.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Who are you?
Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be.
She's not wearing a name tag, but also at the same time her name is displayed prominently on the screen. Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
Who's missing?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him.
What else can you tell me about Anders?
I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to.
Oh wait, we missed the dialogue option, so we got to get it again. Anyone else missing?
Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
I'll see what I can find out about Corporal White for you.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gomorrah. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
You said there have been thefts?
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing.
I'll keep an eye out for those missing supplies.
Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Tell me about the break-ins.
Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that.
Would you be willing to give me the control tower access key so I can check it out?
Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there, just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like, and if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
So that's all the info on the other little quests in the base that she has, but do you need any help here?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
What do you think it means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way, and I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
What about a truth drug?
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
Have you tried calling him hurtful names?
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
It's just like, the game is just so jam-packed with good dialogue. Why don't you just beat your prisoners senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
So you want me to do what you can't?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Okay, let's get started.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in. Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus, if you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
I think you're confused. I'm with the excrement right now.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
You must miss giving orders, now that all of your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you were too gutless to follow Caesar's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. Here, maybe you'd better step out for a moment. You've upset him.
You're a miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
But I want to know how a coward can attain the rank of Centurion.
Coward? I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
And if you can't go through with it, you look even weaker.
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead. Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
Who's the operative?
I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my Canteri.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you.
See, don't you feel better now that you've divulged all those state secrets?
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
There's Silus. He tells us what we need to know.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
And there we go.
Yep, see you around.
See you later, Lieutenant Boyd. Yeah, obviously he corroborates Lieutenant Boyd's suspicions about the late-night radio tower. But also he tells you Caesar's getting sick. And it's very unfortunate. But you're supposed to be able to use this information to convince Chief Hanlon to stop messing around on the radio and not kill himself. But the dialogue option is bugged and won't show up. It'll only show up if you kill Caesar. But we'll see that way later because this is the perfect playthrough, so we're going to get him to stand down reasonably. But now we're going to talk to everyone in the concourse first, starting with Private Morales.
Did the Colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind.
You look upset. What's wrong?
I know. I've been crying. It's stupid. I'm supposed to be a soldier. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain.
It seems... Oh, how did he die?
He was out on patrol. Bunch of drugged up fiends attacked them. Esteban laid down cover fire while the others fell back. One of the men saw him get shot. He didn't die, though. Not then. They tried to go back for him, but there were too many fiends and they had to pull out. Damn savages chased them halfway to McCarren.
No one else will help you?
His best friend, Jackson, tried. Didn't even get permission from his CO, so it could have cost him a lot. But he never came back.
It seems strange that the NCR wouldn't do their best to retrieve a fallen comrade.
Colonel says he can't spare the men to bring Esteban back home. And the fiends, they put all kinds of mines and traps around his body. Snipers, too.
I'll recover your husband's body.
Mister, I'd about given up hope. But you've got to be careful. I don't want anybody else dying on my account. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the RepCon headquarters. At least that's what his squad mates said. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way. They should be able to tell you what the situation is.
A little unmarked quest that I think a lot of people skip. And then where the heck is Corporal White's locker? Here it is. Here's his journal. And he pulled the log from East Pump Station. Interesting. He was investigating the water. Now, if you recall, Colonel Shu made a little joke about helping out in the kitchen. But you can talk to Farber.
Listen, asshole, I know you're not really an NCR health inspector, so you can cut the restaurant critique routine. And I want my 50 caps back. Because I looked it up, and there ain't no disease called colorectal implosion syndrome. So I paid you to look the other way for nothing. Wait, you're not... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You look just like... Never mind, sorry. So what can I serve you up?
Is there a health inspector bothering you?
That's nothing. You just look like the health inspector who stopped through for the yearly inspection a couple of weeks back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wait another 11 months to see his crooked ass to get my caps back. Ah, well. Anything I can get you?
Got anything to eat?
Oh, yeah. You can order up anything you want. As long as it's corn or beans. Just kidding. Haven't you heard? With a few shipments from home and a little variety, the troops are getting restless for some quality grub. You can only do so much as a chef with just corn, beans, onions, and peppers.
Can anything be done to improve your supplies?
Well, we haven't had any quality meat in months. Everyone in the camp just eating beans for protein. It isn't pretty. Some of my kitchen machinery is broken down too, so we've been eating mostly raw vegetables. And I'm desperate for spices or seasonings. Anything, just something for the general mood around here.
Where would you suggest I find meat in the amount you'd need here?
It doesn't need to all come from the same source. There are a bunch of different vendors around who sell meat. Fitz, the Nashes, Crimson Caravan. We've never really tried to go out and organize deals with merchants to supply our food. Already having an overstock of food, we haven't needed to. But we really need some good old red meat on the menu soon. So I'm willing to divert some caps in their direction if they're open to supplying us.
What parts are needed to fix the food processor?
Here's the list. We've been scrapping together quick fixes to keep it running for months. I think it finally crapped out and needs a full overhaul. It's the goofy machine behind the counter in the corner next to the stove. I'd be much obliged if you could take a look at it and get it fixed up.
Where might I find these parts?
I don't know. Try the various traders around the waste. Or the pawn shop in West Side might have some parts. Oh, I've heard of a place called House Tools you could check out. It's an old factory on the north side of Vegas. Just a word of warning, though. I hear no one who goes in there comes back out. Could be traps, crazy robots, or who knows what's in that place.
Where should I look for spices?
The Crimson Caravan would probably be able to arrange a regular shipment, but I don't know of any spices known to improve mood. Hell, we have a whole research department. One guy's even set up in the main terminal building. They're the ones who ought to be looking into it.
And yeah, so we can help Farber out. That quest is a little bugged. The Nashes and Fitz at the Grub and Gulp don't really answer. Also, here's a guy that a lot of people miss over, Dr. Kemp.
If you're looking for a quick stitch, I'm your man.
And yeah, he's just the you know, the medical guy. See you later. Yeah, there's a base doctor. Now I'm gonna save because Contreras' door is a big crash place. I'm gonna make sure I've put a spell on you active as a quest. We will resolve that and then conclude the episode. But yeah, tons of little quests around McCarren. We've already talked to Contreras before, but we've left a lot of his dialogue blank, so now we'll talk to him in earnest.
So you're back.
You said you have some legwork needing done?
Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want, you know. They're already suspicious. I can hear the MPs now. Gee, Contreras, I didn't know you had so many friends in the gun runners. Speaking of which, guess your first stop. You're just passing a little note to a man named Isaac for me. I want to know which girl he likes.
I'll do it.
Great, let me know what he says. They're almost a straight shot north from here, up past the sharecroppers.
And we're going to, I mean, look at that. He has 1,200 308 rounds. We're going to side with Contreras in this quest because, man, oh man, this guy has a great freaking inventory, man. And we're going to sell him some of that stuff we picked up earlier. Not the spiked knuckles, though.
Pleasure.
Yeah, he is the guy to go to for 308.
Evening.
And there is Davy Crenshaw. He is, we'll talk to him.
Hey, can't you see I'm busy here? Nah, I'm just kidding. This has to be the most worthless patrol duty on the whole base. They never attack this gate. They just put me back here because they don't think I can handle anything else.
Alright, see you later. Yeah, he is a part of the quest from the Legion point of view for the monorail. You pin the mole on him and bomb the monorail. And he has some fun dialogue options. Like, you're like, I just pulled a great prank. And he's like, oh, what's the prank? And he's like, I pulled the pin out of someone's grenade. And then he just blows up. And so we're going to wait here. Sneaking off to the side. And we're also going to, as it was unequipped, re-equip our little hunting rifle. Re-hotkey everything. Because we're going to be encountering a named Legion personnel in Picus. And so we're going to have to make sure that we kill them with a hunting rifle for the Gunrunner challenge. Oh, and we're going to hit this very easy terminal. Not like this episode's going over or anything. Ghost. Right, there we go. That didn't take too long. We gotta complete these challenges, guys. Alright, here we go. Alright, I guess it's 1 a.m. and not midnight. Back over here. Back to hiding. That's embarrassing.
Hello? Hi,
Oh,
are you
there
there?
we go. Even more
right.
dialogue.
You can't respond. Listen, I'm using your robot as a relay to get this message to you. I've picked up some unusual chatter regarding your robot. It seems that it has some information that we could use. Oh, wait, where are my manners? This is Lorenzo, a knight with the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd be very interested in examining your tech. Could you bring your robot to one of our patrols so they can examine it? I'll have the robot mark the location on your map.
Alright, there we go. So now we got the patrol. The patrol is in RepCon, which is good because I wanted to visit RepCon anyway. And we got to rescue Ranger Morales. Everything is coming together.
Lupa, this is Frumentarius Picus. Over.
Go ahead, Picus.
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your primary mission, Picus?
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves the station. Over.
How long?
Couple of minutes. Over.
10-4. Keep us updated.
10-4.
Oh my
What are you
goodness.
doing here? You don't have clearance.
I have clearance for catching spies.
I don't know what you mean.
Alright, don't kill him, Boone. There we go. And let's see, gotta get that activation code. I like to grab the beret as well. Against all tyrants. And now the important thing is you can't go and tell Colonel Shu that Curtis was the monorail bomber. You have to go straight to the monorail and defuse it. If you talk to Colonel Shu, the bomb goes off, which is a mistake that I may or may not have made in a past playthrough. But now, I've done this quest like a bajillion times since, but now in the perfect playthrough, we will undoubtedly save the monorail. Monorail! And We're going to use our skills, even though we stole the activation code. And there we go, monorail saved. Who doesn't love a good monorail? And let's talk to Colonel Shu, and then that'll be it for this episode, which actually isn't running too long, so a pretty good episode.
Look who it is. I haven't had the privilege, but I'm told you
We
have
already
an
met.
angel on our shoulder. What can we do for you at Camp McCarren?
You won't be having problems with intelligence leaks anymore.
No? What happened?
It was Curtis. He's in the Legion. I can prove he tried to blow up the monorail.
Curtis? He's been in the NCR long before our conflict with the Legion. There's just no way. I hope you're mistaken, but somehow I don't think so. It'd explain a lot. This is much worse than anyone expected. There could be others, too. You've done everything that was asked of you. You have my personal thanks for this. And I'll make sure you receive the credit you deserve. Bye.
Colonel Shu's so nice. So next episode we'll probably head to RepCon. And wait a minute. We might have another thing.
What is it?
We have also, by saving the monorail, gotten enough points with Boone, history points. You must have been at Bitter Springs. What happened there?
There was a miscommunication.
Must have been one hell of a miscommunication.
Yeah, well, that's how they wrote it up in the report. We did what we were there to do. A lot of people got killed. That's war. Maybe looking back, you do things differently. But that's not how it works. In the field, you hesitate, you or someone you care about will die. They teach that from day one.
That's true. You can't second guess what you do out there.
It doesn't lead anywhere that does any good. I know that much.
Do you think about Bitter Springs a lot?
Yeah. Always. Even when I sleep.
Maybe it would help to go back there.
I don't think so. It won't change anything. And that's a memory I don't want refreshed.
Is it because of Bitter Springs that you think you've got bad things coming?
Life has a way of punishing you for the mistakes you make. Big enough mistake, punishment can take a while. Mine's not over.
Maybe you can make up for your mistakes.
A murderer who does good deeds is still a murderer. And he'll still get his judgment. I left the NCR when my tour was up. Had enough of war. And decided I was gonna start over. None of it made a difference in the end.
How do you know your punishment isn't over?
Because I'm still alive. Yeah.
And Boone will then...
Hey. I thought some more about what you said. I think maybe you're right. Maybe I should go to Bitter Springs. I don't know what I'm hoping to find there.
What changed your mind?
Nothing. Dream. Just tired of thinking about it.
Okay, we'll make it a point to stop there.
I hope this isn't a mistake.
And that is how you activate Boone's quest. I forgot to remember to forget. And that's a pretty good spot to end this episode, I'd say. Very, very productive episode. Really like that one. And I'll see you next time as we start doing some of this stuff that McCarren has asked us to do. That'll be all for this part of the Perfect Playthrough.